Some neighborhoods are going to look a lot cleaner when you hit the road this morning. Moorhead street crews were on the clock overnight for a big takedown project. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Vidot here with Jordan Schreier. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Those
Moorhead snowplow drivers spent much of the night cleaning up snow that's been pushed from the streets and onto boulevards after the last storm. They were working along 8th Street South and neighborhoods near Concordia College around midnight. Crews cut back the snowbanks on the side of the roads and piled it into windrows in the middle of the street, as you're seeing, and then dumped it into trucks to be hauled away. There is an online petition drive underway to oust the bishop of the Crookston Catholic Diocese. Organizers are demanding the resignation of Michael Hepner and plan to submit the petitions to the Vatican's Pontifical Commission for the Protection of Minors.
The group alleges Hepner mishandled a report of sexual abuse and has failed in his duty to keep minors in his diocese safe. He is being investigated by the Vatican about whether or not he interfered with sexual abuse investigations and is also being sued by an alleged victim of abuse. The U.S. House of Representatives impeached President Donald Trump last night in a vote that fell largely along party lines. The president now faces two separate charges, one for abuse of power and the other for obstruction of Congress.
President Donald Trump is the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. Minnesota Congressman Colin Peterson was one of only two Democrats to vote against impeachment.
It's now 10 minutes before 7. Let's get a check of our Thursday forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. We continue that warming trend in general today. We're looking at temperatures that are going to be a little bit milder than yesterday in several locations, and we'll just build off of that as we head into the holiday weekend. So it is looking better and better for those of us who don't like the extreme cold that we saw earlier this week. And it's still chilly out there, even as our numbers are warmer than yesterday morning. We're still below zero in spots, 6 below in Bemidji. It's 2 below in Park Rapids and Wadena. Fargo's at 6 above and 9 in the Grand Forks area. So still cold out there this morning. You'll still need to bundle up. There's some frosty windshields too that you're going to have to warm your car up for, or get out and do a little scraping early this morning. And wind speeds are on the light side too. Yesterday, that wind, even though it was a warming wind, it really cut into you if you were outside in it. And today we're looking at some quieter conditions, especially in the east. We've got some calm reports there. The wind coming in out of the north or northeast, wind speeds into that 5 to 15 mile per hour range this morning, and that will continue today. But factoring in even a little wind, we know wind chills are going to be slightly lower, and it does feel like it's at 6 below in Fargo and 5 below in Grand Forks. So here's your visibility reports. So far so good, looking good across the valley here this morning, and your radar and satellite map looking great as well. We've got the no snow to show you. We do have some clouds starting to move in into the valley, and that's more taking over into eastern North Dakota right now, but eventually this will spread eastward into Minnesota too, and we're looking at more partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies as we work our way through the day today. And here's a look at that hour by hour planner. Temperatures on the rise. By the time we get into the noon hour, we'll see some numbers in the teens to about 20. Keep in mind these pinkish purple numbers here, these smaller numbers, those are wind chills. So factor in a little bit of wind there to make it feel a little colder. As we head into the afternoon, you could see more on the cloudy side. Temperatures that are going to be into the teens to some low 20s. 20 in Fargo. We didn't quite get there yesterday. Today we'll see that. And Lakes Country, probably the mildest area here in the valley as we head through the day today. We keep those temperatures up into the teens even after sunset tonight. That continues overnight and to start off your Friday. Coming up for your forecast for Friday, more of the same, maybe a little more sunshine. And then this weekend looks fantastic, back into the 30s. We've got, of course, the winter solstice on Saturday, meaning from that point on, we'll start adding daylight. And then heading into the holiday week, keeping dry for all of you holiday travelers. A little cooler on Monday and into Tuesday, but for Christmas Day, we'll see a chance for some light snow returning. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's traffic on the move.
Thank you, Lisa, and good morning, Red River Valley. We're finishing off this hour on I-29. We're heading northbound toward Grand Forks. Now, when we first got on this roadway at around 6 o'clock this morning, there was virtually nobody on it. I can count the number of vehicles around me on one hand. Now, you can see by directly around me that hasn't changed very much, but up ahead of me there is a little consistent line of traffic from one area to the other. There are breaks in between, which is kind of where we're at right now, but it is just getting a little bit busier than it was this morning. Now, overall, it's just marginally busier. It's really not going to be affecting your morning commute at all. It looks like a lot of this traffic flow is going to be turning onto Main Avenue coming up here. So overall, really light morning, which is good news so far. However, within the next hour or so, that's definitely going to be picking up as we get closer and closer to the start of the school or work day. So you might want to head out the door now if you haven't yet. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour of the Fargo CW, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
A Discovery Middle School student in Fargo is charged and indefinitely suspended from school after a BB gun was found in his locker. School officials were tipped off and found a CO2 pistol in a backpack.
It's not the first time an incident like this has happened in the valley. And researchers say one of the top reasons a student brings a weapon to school is because of bullying.
Whether it's a BB gun, whether it's a knife, any other object that they feel is necessary either to protect themselves or solve some sort of bullying conflict. So it's important to teach our kids conflict resolution, be able to teach them how to take care of themselves, and also just being able to talk about scary things that do happen in schools nowadays.
The psychologist also says every child is different, and that's why having conversations about what's going on at school can shed light on why they do what they do.
Faculty members at MSUM were hoping to get the university to change its mind regarding announced plans to cut more instructors. The university says the cuts add up to about 16 jobs for the next academic year. What
frustrates most professors, they say, is that these decisions are coming late in the year and won't give those impacted enough time to find a new job. MSUM has yet to announce which departments will be facing cuts. There's a new crop of college grads about to hit the streets. MSUM is holding its winter commencement at 1 p.m. today at Nemzik Fieldhouse.
UND grad students have theirs at 3 in the afternoon, and undergrads get their diplomas tomorrow at 1 and 4 in the afternoon. All of the UND ceremonies are at the Chester Fritz. And NDSU is holding its winter commencement tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon at the Shack.
A popular but cash-poor 3D printer business in Colorado is relocating to North Dakota.
Governor Doug Burgum announced yesterday that the Lulzbot brand of 3D printers will be manufactured by Fargo Additive Manufacturing Equipment. The company plans to bring 13 employees from Colorado and hire an additional 50 workers for its Fargo plant. A common complaint about downtown Fargo is the lack of public parking, but that's about to change. Work is starting on a new garage at Broadway and 4th Avenue North, and it'll bring 369 parking spots to that block.
Developers broke ground on the Mercantile project yesterday. It will be a 6-story structure and will include public restrooms, commercial space, apartments, and a police substation.
Pop the champagne. Happy Harry's is helping us celebrate and create a festive cocktail hour for the upcoming holiday get-togethers.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live from the 52nd Avenue store this morning. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. I am here with Dustin with Happy Harry's, and we have, as you can see, an entire spread of fun cocktails that you're just going to want to have on that menu. These will really impress your guests this year. And I want to start with my favorite, because of course, this is so much fun. The kids don't just get to have fun at the hot cocoa bar this year. Adults can really have some fun too.
It's super simple, and you look like a rock star. And I mean, you can do whatever you want. You could have bowls out or whatever, but just give people options. It's really inexpensive. Hot chocolate's pretty cheap. Most people have odds and ends, liquor odds and ends in their cabinet, or come pick some up. But an ounce to 5 ounces, and you're good to go.
And this one was this smelled super good. The butterscotch, is this one that you're probably going to have?
Well, as soon as that hot chocolate hits the butterscotch schnapps, it just blows up, and you're like, oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Yeah. And then let's move to the champagne, because this is something that a lot of people are going to have for New Year's Eve, but it's kind of classy and a lot of fun to mix it up, not just having that regular champagne.
Yeah, you use frozen cranberries, some wedges of orange. You batch it up like this in a pitcher, and you can just pour it out, so you don't constantly have to be making them up. And they're really tasty, fun, and fresh. And especially if people are coming to your home, it's a great welcome to the house. Here's a cocktail. Let's have a nice night.
And then what is in this again?
This is sparkling cranberry juice, brut champagne, and a little bit of Grand Marnier.
Oh. And I love that. I love how you can just make it in a pitcher, ready to go, just pull it out of the fridge. And then I want to move on to these two because these cocktails, oh my goodness.
So this is our snickerdoodle martini. So it's basically cream, caramel vodka, shake it up, rim your glass with caramel and cinnamon sugar and a little cinnamon stick. And then the final one is the apple pie on the rocks. So it's super simple, really fun, and really tasty.
And with these, the presentation is absolutely everything, but you can keep these glasses in the fridge so that they get that they're prepared and ready and that caramel doesn't run.
Right.
And you can just pull that right out of the fridge and have it to go. But if you want these, which I know you're going to want them on your menu this year, we'll have all the recipes up on valleynewslive.com.
Very festive. They look great too. Abby Furchner reporting live. Thank you.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, 1 in 4 women say these are the 3 worst words that you could say to her.
I would agree with this one. The answer, you look tired. Don't say that to me. I do get up in the middle of the night. Let's get one more look at our forecast this morning.
Things are looking a little bit warmer today. For some of us, we're going to see some numbers back into the 20s this afternoon. In Lakes Country, Fargo reaching 20 degrees. Some teens up north and to the west with a little more cloud cover today, but not as much wind as yesterday. And we just improve upon that for the weekend. Temperatures in the 30s and nice and dry leading up to Christmas. Just some really great weather here to round out December.
Yeah, I'm liking that forecast. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now on the Fargo CW.